The day I got the title of Director of Sales Training, I remember sitting with it and thinking, this is it. This is it. This is the top of the ladder for me. I had been climbing that ladder for 9 years of being in inside sales and then going into management and really like believing I would be the VP of a division one day. Um, but then there was the moment I knew the chapter had a ceiling and I was already at it. I just didn't want to go another level up. My son was about 6 years old when the thought first came to me, the thought that I could have another chapter after this. I don't remember exactly what day it was or what was happening, but I remember the feeling. It was quiet, it was clear, and it simply was like, this career is not going to be forever. How long are you going to be running the way you're running? Month to month, hitting numbers, hitting numbers, hitting numbers. Numbers grow, hitting numbers. My son is 18 now. So I've been carrying that thought for about 12 years, quietly in my spirit, not telling everyone, just holding it and going back to God over and over and asking, what's the next thing, right? What's the next chapter? He's going to be 18 soon when he was 7. What's the next chapter? He's going to be 18 soon when he was 8. What's the next chapter? And I didn't have an answer for the longest time. I started in sales, inside sales, selling to end users, selling to resellers, and I loved it. I really did. I loved the customers, talking to my customers over the phone, repeat customers, my regulars. I loved the vendors. I loved hitting my goals every single month, most months. I loved the pay. I loved earning commission and the unpredictability of it. Um, Two of my closest friends in the whole wide world right now came from the first job I ever had out of college in corporate America. And they are still my dearest friends, and it's been over 20 years now. I loved traveling. I loved managing people. I loved training salespeople and managers and watching them grow and soar. It was good. I was good at it. And I made great money doing it. But this is where I am now. And it was my career. But the truth is, it wasn't necessarily my calling. Just because I was great at something didn't mean that that was all I was meant to do. So there's a difference. Your career is what you do, and your calling is what you were made for. And I loved my career, but I always knew it wasn't the final chapter. It was just a very good, very long chapter. When I got the title of Director of Sales Training and something shifted, the desire to climb literally just like evaporated. I know I was supposed to be aiming for it, but it just wasn't in my heart any longer. I stopped wanting to get to that next rung. I stopped chasing it like I was chasing it before. So I kept taking it back to God. Is chapter 2 right after my son graduates, or is it 4 years after? Do I start something? Do I go back to school? Like, what do I do? And I didn't push for an answer. I just kept asking, and I kept working, and I kept being a good steward of the career I had while I waited for clarity on what was next. And I kept stewarding the finances that came from that. Waiting on God is not the same as doing nothing. I don't believe that. um, I was working, I was saving, I was building relationships, I was paying attention to what made me feel alive and what didn't. I was preparing for a chapter I couldn't see, right? The faith walk. I know it's there even if I can't see it. And sometimes the dream doesn't come with instructions. Sometimes it just comes with a knowing in your spirit, and you hold it and you wait and you steward it well. And you trust that the one who put it there will reveal it in his time. So write down the chapter that you are in right now. Then write down one sentence about the chapter you feel is coming. I'm a huge believer in dreaming. I don't think we dream enough. Take a few minutes and just dream about what that next chapter is like for you. And you don't have to know everything, all the details. You don't need to know the how or even the when. Just hold it. Be honest enough to admit that there's something there and then hold on to it. Tomorrow, I'm taking you behind the scenes of the preparation that nobody saw before I ever launched this business.